carbon here, carbon on the vents, carbon doors, the entire doors are carbon, this is carbon, the seats are carbon. I am feeling very good about this because a pressure washer is...
In the world of extreme stunts, there's a razor-thin line between viral success and the risk of disaster. Cody Detwiler, known to millions as WhistlinDiesel, has mastered the art of erasing that line. His empire is built on defying limits, but what happens when the chaos he orchestrates goes too far? There are 3 moments that almost brought it all crashing down. The infamous .50 caliber mishap, the blazing Ferrari F8 Inferno, and the jaw-dropping Cybertruck flip. These are the incidents that have had people wondering, is this all real or just part of the show? The truth is, the hospital reports and fire department findings are very real. When physics decided to fight back, the results were unpredictable. It all started on a crisp winter day in January 2021, when Cody found himself in rural Tennessee, ready to push the limits of his curiosity and his own body. What was supposed to be a simple ballistics demonstration turned into something far more serious. Could a heavy-duty .50 caliber projectile penetrate a steel plate? Armed with a firearm modeled after the mighty Barrett .50 BMG, Cody set up the plate just 4 feet away. And here's the critical detail. That 4-foot distance made all the difference. As he fired, the round struck the plate with perfect accuracy. But instead of piercing through, it did something far worse. The projectile shattered, and a piece of the bullet ricocheted straight back, slamming into his forehead with the force of a sledgehammer. The raw footage, which Cody later uploaded, shows him collapsing almost instantly. Blood pours from a gash above his right eye. In a voice steady but tinged with disbelief, he later recounted how he blacked out for what felt like forever. The impact was enough to fracture his skull, but miraculously, it spared his brain. No penetration, just a deep gash that required 14 stitches and a week of intensive monitoring at the hospital. Paramedics arrived within minutes, and Cody was airlifted to Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Doctors there later confirmed that the bullet's velocity had dropped enough to prevent a fatal outcome. However, the scar that remained would serve as a permanent reminder of how fragile life truly is. So, what went wrong? Forensic analysis from ballistics experts laid out the perfect storm of errors. First, the proximity. Safety protocols for shooting at steel targets recommend a distance of at least 10 to 15 yards, not mere feet. This distance allows any fragments to slow down and lose their dangerous energy. Cody's 4-foot gap amplified the ricochet's lethality, turning a simple demonstration into a life-threatening situation. Second, the caliber choice. The .50 AE round packs over 1,500 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. It's a heavy-hitting round that's notorious for its unpredictable ricochets on hard surfaces. Instead of stopping, it fragments into high-velocity shrapnel. At just 4 feet, those fragments were still traveling at hundreds of feet per second. In hindsight, Cody admitted that a softer, frangible round would have been a far safer option. The third factor was the environment. The test took place outdoors on uneven ground, which likely angled the steel plate, directing the ricochet right back at his head. And perhaps the most glaring oversight, no helmet or face shield. Cody later explained that he thought protective gear was unnecessary for what he considered a quick test. He also reflected on his mindset at the time, a dangerous mix of cockiness and overconfidence. Having survived smaller mishaps in the past, like tire blowouts during truck stunts, he began to feel invincible. This incident sparked a broader conversation about YouTube's role in promoting such reckless behavior. Platforms monetize content that thrives on danger, but at what cost? Cody's video, "I got hit in the head by a .50 cal," quickly went viral, racking up over 20 million views and pushing his subscriber count from 2 million to 4 million. While recovery was swift, it was transformative. He was discharged after 5 days and returned to filming within weeks, but this time, he enlisted safety consultants for future high-risk shoots. That scar? It became part of his brand, even appearing on his merchandise. but the ripples from that day are still felt. In 2022, Cody donated $50,000 to firearm safety nonprofits, a clear pivot from his previous reckless stunts. But even then, critics argue it was all just a performative gesture. His content may have evolved, but the thrill-seeking remained. This close call didn't stop him. In fact, it only raised the stakes. Fast forward to 2023, and Cody's focus had shifted from projectiles to horsepower. His latest acquisition? A Ferrari F8 Tributo, a $400,000 supercar with a 710 horsepower V8 engine. It was the perfect centerpiece for his next farm destruction series. The F8, with its aggressive exhaust notes and sleek carbon fiber body, was unleashed on a dry Texas cornfield. What began as a high-octane joyride soon turned into a terrifying firestorm. As Cody drifted the Ferrari through the golden, sun-baked fields at over 60 miles per hour, the heat from the exhaust ignited the dry corn stalks. What started as a small wisp of smoke quickly escalated into a raging inferno. In an instant, the flames engulfed the Ferrari. Cody sprinted 50 yards as the fire consumed the car's cabin, and to make matters worse, the nearby support van caught fire too, exploding in a massive fireball. The fire scorched 10 acres of land before firefighters were able to contain it. And the cause? Thermal ignition. The Ferrari's exhaust system, designed for high performance on tracks, was mounted dangerously close to the engine. On that hot Texas day, with temperatures exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit for weeks, the corn stalks had become tinder. Under such conditions, the car's exhaust, which reached temperatures over 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit under load, quickly set the field ablaze. Cody later admitted that he underestimated the wind patterns, which pushed the flames toward the van. The situation was compounded by the lack of fire suppression equipment on set and the absence of the required safety protocols. The resulting video, burning a $400,000 Ferrari, went viral, amassing millions of views. Despite the criticism, Cody spun the incident as exposure. Ferrari enthusiasts were outraged, but for Cody, it was just another day in the life of Whistling Diesel. Though insurance covered about half the losses, the rest was written off as the cost of creating viral content. In the aftermath, Cody made pledges to support reforestation efforts in Texas, but his critics remained divided. Was he a reckless fire starter or a survivor of his own creation? He lost $500,000 but gained millions of views. The lesson? Bigger risks often lead to bigger rewards, but the line between success and catastrophe is razor thin. In June 2025, Cody's orbit expanded further. He teamed up with massive streamers like Aiden Ross for what promised to be an unforgettable stunt. This time, they were testing the durability of Tesla's Cybertruck. It was supposed to be an epic showdown between the Cybertruck's rugged design and the boulder-sized rock in front of it. But what aired instead was sheer pandemonium. In the viral clip, the Cybertruck climbs the massive rock at about 20 miles per hour. The undercarriage snags, and for a split second, the 6,800-pound truck teeters. Then, it flips. Rolling sideways in a cloud of dust, the Cybertruck lands upright but completely battered. Aiden Ross, who was in the passenger seat, emerged with a sprained wrist. Rampage Jackson, who was in the back, suffered bruised ribs. Cody, who was driving, walked away with only minor cuts. His third miracle escape. Within hours, prayers flooded social media for the group's safety. Cody posted a cryptic follow-up, confirming that everyone was injured, but also hinting at a deep reckoning amidst the wreckage. The Cybertruck, which was valued at $120,000, was totaled. Tesla refused to cover the repair bill, citing that the truck had been subjected to abuse beyond its warranty. So, what's really going on here? Is this all a series of accidents, or is there a deeper piece? The flip was caused by a mix of design flaws, overconfidence, and bad luck. The Cybertruck's rigid stainless steel frame, while unique, made it more prone to flipping during impacts. Unlike traditional car frames that crumple to absorb energy, the Cybertruck's frame transfers that energy. Combined with a high center of gravity and an aggressive driving style, the flip was inevitable. And the pressure of the live stream only added to the chaos. Cody's disregard for Tesla's manual, coupled with Aiden Ross hyping him up right before the flip, pushed the Cybertruck beyond its limits. The loose gravel at the Colorado site and the lack of professional safety equipment added to the disaster. Post-incident reports hinted at potential lawsuits, but Cody's team called it just another moment of content gold. These three incidents, Cody's miraculous escapes, the stunts gone wrong, the close calls, are just the tip of the iceberg. There are countless others that never made it to the main channel. In 2022, a tire explosion during a Ram 1500 abuse test reportedly sent Cody flying 20 feet and spraining his ankle. In 2023, an explosives demo went wrong, sending a crew member to the hospital with shrapnel wounds. Cody covered the medical bills quietly to avoid the negative publicity. His entire brand is built on pushing vehicles and himself to the limit, and that always breeds peril. Pattern? The answer, as many have realized, lies in the business model. Psychologists call it sensation-seeking, the need for higher risks to achieve the same adrenaline rush. And Cody's YouTube analytics tell the story. After each major incident, his views skyrocket, creating a dangerous incentive cycle. The algorithm rewards extremity, and in 2023, Cody signed with CAA, Hollywood's massive talent agency. This wasn't just a guy with a camera anymore. It was a multi-million-dollar business of destruction, fueled by brand deals, agents, and the next viral stunt. Cody Detwiler has survived it all, but it's not as simple as that. He's been forced to navigate the perilous balance between creating content and courting catastrophe. Some see him as a modern folk hero, exposing flaws in designs like the Cybertruck's flip risk. Others, however, argue he's just profiting from chaos, promoting a dangerous culture. His October 2025 documentary will aim for safer chaos, but as Cody himself puts it, destruction's my job, survival's the bonus. In a world that craves authenticity, WhistlinDiesel's saga is a warning. The thrills we seek come at a price. For creators, it's a call to arm up, safety gear, sight scouts, sober second thoughts. For viewers, it's a mirror. Are we the ones fueling the fire? Cody's not done yet. There's talk of a 2026 ultimate demolition. As the scars fade and the views climb, one truth remains. The line between viral and vital is thinner than a ricocheted round.